Hi there, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Dr. Flo. Not telling you what I heard, but what I know. What I know is that you're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable, and you're always going to be loved and lovable for the rest of your life. Let me share this space out so that some of our friends and super fans and community members can stop by to share in the love. We're going to be here for about 20 minutes. Hi there, Talia. It's good to see you. You're loved and lovable. Tara's here. I'm going to pop down. It is Root Chakra Day. First day of the week in this week's theme of Serenity and Love and Action Network. Hello, beautiful.
Good morning. It's not morning. Good afternoon.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Good day.
Good day.
Ooh.
How are you?
Did you see that? Did you see how much that changed my schedule? Trial. Hang on. There we go. Okay. I'm satisfied.
She's found a setting that makes her happy. We're being joined today, for those of you who are listening to the podcast edition of this, by the wonderful Tara Priolo studio, who's joining us from the great state of Minnesota. I'm hanging out in North Carolina right now, having fun. And I wanted to open today with the authenticity chant as we get into the root chakra of the day and serenity of the week. I think this would be a great opportunity to do the authenticity chant from 197 in the Emergent Strategy by our good Judy Adrienne Maree Brown. It says, let me not posture, let me not front, let me not say yes to lives I don't want. Oh, yes. Let me not use words that don't mean a thing. Let me be fly as I am. No trying. Let me good for my heart, not my rep. Let me be still when I can't take a step. Don't let me get too caught creating my face. Let me just love me all over the place. That's my yummy that I'm bringing today. Also, I wanted to recap my last week's mindful message cards by simply just reminding everyone that you are enough and I am enough. I'm beautiful just as I am. I'm loved just as I am. I'm worthy just by being me. I don't need to fit in. I just need to be myself, and the right people will come into my life. Those who see and appreciate me for all that I am. And I'm going to read one more. I think that it's important to recognize today as well in our lives that all is okay. All is okay. All that I feel is okay. I hold myself in love through the unsureness, the worry, doubt, anger, fear, anxiety, rejection, or overwhelm. I'm thankful to feel the full range of emotions that I do. These emotions are the very contrast that leads to my higher expansion. All is okay. Yes, Talia at Music Heals Lessons. I'm going to pin you there. Amen. I'm going to read it one more time just for you. And welcome to the room, Art. All that I feel is okay. I hold myself in love through the unsureness, the worry, doubt, anger, fear, anxiety, rejection, or overwhelm. I'm thankful to feel the full range of emotions that I do. These emotions are the very contrast that leads to my higher expansion. Tara, do you want to riff about contrast?
I have a slide. Because as you were reading, I was like, wait, I didn't bring anything today, which I talked about this at the beginning of yesterday's boost, which was like, we can wait for the inspiration to come from others, or we can create it ourselves, right? But anyway, in regards to contrast, I was like, let me bring something. And I went and looked up We the Urban, because Black Liturgies hasn't posted. Y'all know that I stay with Black Liturgies, and Baby Girl has not been posting lately, which is fine. Take your breaks, heal yourself. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this slide from 2 weeks ago on We the Urban, contrast. Mood is what it says. It says mood on the top. And it says honoring my duality. Sometimes I'm confident and insecure. Sometimes I'm depressed and smiling. Sometimes I'm calm and anxious. Sometimes I'm free and trapped. Reminder to those that don't remember that I have a baby that's in the background. Sometimes I'm healing and breaking. Sometimes I'm motivated and paralyzed. And that's okay. I'm going to read it one more time for the people, because y'all need to know that it's okay to have comfortable and uncomfortable emotions at the same moment, in the same second. You're going to probably have these. I used to have, this concert never happened, but it was called Dichotomy. And that's been one of my favorite words, like most of my life since I learned it, because you cannot have the light without the dark. And it doesn't mean that you have to go through the dark to find the light. That just means that the light and the dark always exist in the same spaces. It's not black over here and white over here. It's gray somewhere in the middle where those two things are existing at the same time. So anyway, mood, honoring my duality. Sometimes I'm confident and insecure. Sometimes I'm depressed and smiling. Sometimes I'm calm and anxious. That one for me, that sometimes I'm calm and anxious, really like hits me, because I think a lot of people find me to be a calm presence, but the reality is that I am often very anxious and y'all just don't see it. I'm calm and anxious. Sometimes I'm free and trapped. Sometimes I'm healing and breaking. That's a big one for you people on a journey of anti-racism or in the social justice spaces and the DEIB spaces. Sometimes I'm healing and breaking. Sometimes as we're healing, we find things that break us down or break our thoughts, right? And that is super important to remember, that you can be healing and breaking at the same time. Sometimes I'm motivated and paralyzed, and that's okay. So that's what I have for contrast.
We love it. We love it. All right. I'm pulling up and diving into our 52 weeks of conscious contact text. For those of you who've been with us for a few years, you will know that we have been working through a text called 52 Weeks of Conscious Contact with Melody Beattie. It is an Alcoholics Anonymous text, but my entree into Melody came through Codependent Anonymous programs when I was working through some codependency issues. We have a comment down here that says that Music Heals Lessons has the Black Liturgy book.
The new one or the old one? I mean, if you have both, more power to you. I have not purchased either one yet, but I know she's written two. So that's awesome. I love that. Did you find the page? Because I have the page as up.
Yeah, I have it. Okay. I'm going to take it through Serenity Needs to Come First.
Serenity, gotcha.
So yeah, we've been reading this text for years, and last week's theme was right on time. It was good grief, and now we're exiting out of grief and the stages of grief in our community program into serenity. And I don't know about you folks as I block my light on set, but I need serenity now more than ever before. And I know that serenity is present with me now, just like every other emotion, as was shared in your share. Like, we are holding all of these things at the same time. So anyway, let's read about this week, week 25 in the year of our Lord 2024. This is all about serenity. Day 1 reading. All right. And we've been doing this for years. And for the 25 weeks of this year, this is our first read through together, I believe, Tara. But here we go. Your body is tense. Your face is somber and serious, ready to deliver the news. You may be slightly breathless. There's a crisis. It may be real or it may be self-created. Like an audience in a sports arena, we watch the events of life or even the Weather Channel drumming up reactive responses. Fear, sometimes panic. Oh my God, what if? I called my daughter in this frame of mind, the author says one morning, ready to report on the latest current event in my life. I barely had 3 words out of my mouth when she interrupted me. You're talking in your drama addiction tone.
Ooh, child.
Ooh.
It's the way we be talking about House of the Dragon, child. That's our drama addicted tone.
It's cute when it's on TV. It ain't so cute when it's your life.
That's true.
Ooh.
That's true. That's like, well, I was going to say something. I'll let Poppy say that about Poppy's self.
Listen, Poppy Suzanne, this text is loud every week, y'all. Thank you for attending every day. We're somewhere on the internet every day, and all of our submissions into love are on our newsletter and podcast on Spotify. But this text is always loud. Anyway, I called my daughter in this frame of mind one morning, ready to report on the latest current event in my life. I barely had 3 words out of my mouth, and she interrupted me. You're talking in your drama addiction tone.
Sounds like Angie. Angie would say that to us.
She would. She would. It goes on to say, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I probably said this prayer out loud 1,000 times and silently twice that amount. It's called the serenity prayer, not the courage prayer, not the wisdom prayer. That is because no matter what we're doing, before we receive courage or wisdom, serenity needs to come first. Tara, I already have my riff laid up for you as we read through this, but I like you read your section,
All right.
but
All right.
I'm gonna like that is because no matter what we're doing, before we receive courage or confidence, hint hint wink wink, hint hint wink wink, before we receive courage or confidence or wisdom, serenity needs to come first. Tag, you're in.
Right. I recall talking to a friend during the height of my drama addiction years. Drama addiction years is a whole, listen, it's a whole time. We all have them, okay? If possible, he thrived on drama more than I. This text is so loud. We were discussing our problem with drama addiction and possible solutions. When I think about living without drama, everything just seems so plain, so boring, I said. I know, he said. I'm just not sure I'm ready to let that addiction go. I'm going to read that last part one more time. We were discussing our problem with drama addiction and possible solutions. When I think about living without drama, everything just seems so plain, so boring, I said. I know, he said. I'm just not sure I'm ready to let that addiction go. She goes on to say, as you know, different days of the week give us different sort of action items or questions to think about. So the value of the week. Serenity is the value for this week. Don't panic. And if we do, we can make it a priority to calm ourselves before we do anything else. Before we do anything else.
It reminds me of the phrase, check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. When I think about everything, like, listen, this is something that I don't know if I feel like I talk about it with everybody, but when I think about living without drama, everything just seems so plain and so boring. This is something I hear about when people are like, they're like, well, in order to be popular online, I have to post my pain, my hurt, my trauma, I got to fight with somebody, da, 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 da. Because writ large, we live in a society that makes us do that, right? The news is case in point, drama, all over the news. Drama and fear mongering. That's all the news is, right? There's some nugget of truth, like I was talking about in my Spill the Beans, but it's not boring to be in joy. It's not boring to be in serenity. It's not boring to be in healing. In fact, I think you find out a lot more about yourself and others when you're in those comfortable spaces than you do in the uncomfortable drama addicted spaces. So while the drama addicted spaces flame super hot, super quick, these slow burn places that AMB talks about a lot in emergent strategy, where we started, okay? Emergent strategy, especially in the chapter fractals. Hello? Do you see all these? Most of those are in the chapter fractals. Do you see them? Yes. Okay. So, healing, joy, less drama addiction. It can be fun. It can be fun when you're
I
out
don't,
partying and
I don't,
walking.
I think that my joyful life is, there's nothing boring about my joyful life.
Mm-mm.
Nothing.
And I actually think people are more, what do I want to say, engaged with those of us that are sharing positively about things, as opposed to just the drama filled stuff. And I think, we don't have time to get into this, so maybe we'll get into it at Deconstruction Junction. But there's an accusation, right, that pulling the race card is just drama. It's just trauma coming to the surface, right? It's just drama addiction. You guys are just you just have blinders on to be dramatic and everything's problematic. Have we heard this? Black people in the room? Because I know that's the only people that's here.
Help us, Jesus.
Help us, Jesus, child. My gourd on today. We don't got time to get into that, but that is why I say joy is the revolution. Because we can share those things and we can talk about those things. But if we are in our serenity and in our healing and in our joy, then it actually makes an impact, as opposed to flaming like the fire that just came through, which I'm assuming was Talia. Thank you. Thank you.
I think all of this feels better vibrationally. It feels better on my body temple. Being in joy, being in love, being in gratitude just simply feels better somatically on my body. My food process is better. I'm more have more clarity in my thoughts when I'm more joyful and less in my anxious states, which are also normal. But being joyful, we have affirmations in Love and Action Network that our future is bright, joyous, and secure. We talk about this all the time, Tara and I and crew. Our futures are bright, joyous, and secure. Start affirming that over yourself daily. My future is bright, joyous, and secure. No matter what happens, no matter whether things happen to my preference or not to my preference, my future, I'm agreeing with myself that my future is bright and joyous and secure. And that's a good feeling to have. And I think that our agreement that our future is bright, joyous, and secure is what gives us the serenity that we have. It's no longer beyond ourselves because we just made that agreement. I did want to go back up to the middle of 119 where it says, it's the serenity prayer and not the courage prayer, the wisdom prayer. That's because no matter what we're doing, before we receive courage or wisdom, serenity needs to come first. And Tara and I have been going back and forth for weeks about this idea that to inspire activism, social activism, and
Liberation work.
Yeah, all the liberation work, freedom of performance, freedom of the heart, freedom of expression, all of that hinges on a person's capacity to be courageous and confident. And it seems like we were even putting the cart before the horse there, Tara, because if we don't give people a sense of serenity, it seems like we were like I was like, because I said, Tara, if we don't coach these people on confidence, we're not going to get no activism and no liberated art.
Yes, but and not but, never but, always but. Don't
Big
use
buts,
never
and I cannot lie.
binary. Anyway, okay. So I think I phrased this to you somewhere in a chat. So just so you all know, those of you that haven't been around a while, or like you're like, oh yo, Tara and Dr. Flo are back together again. Yes. Where have you been for the last almost year? Because I think I've been back almost a year. Anywho, I talked about how, and this is something that Fiona Flight pointed out to me, which was like when I was saying things like, you know, I want to help others get free. I want to help others be liberated. Well, as we talk about in Love and Action Network and in social justice spaces all the time, we can only provide the water. We cannot make people drink from it. We cannot get them to come to the water. We can only provide the water. That is literally our job, is to provide the water, right? And so when we're talking about like this serenity, right? And we're talking about the cart before the horse, right? Which we were talking about confidence. To me, it's a little bit like that. I'm going to get myself free in order to inspire others to get free, right? To see my freedom as inspiration. Or the other word, we need to embody serenity as the leaders in DEI spaces. We need to embody serenity, and we need to embody joy, and we need to embody.
Well, hold up, Priolo.
Hold up.
Hold up,
Embodiment.
Priolo. Hold up, Priolo. Pause,
We got 5 minutes, so you better take me to church, child.
No, you know, Dr. Flo comes with more questions than answers, Priolo.
Yes, sir.
These days, I used to have all the answers back in the day. Now all I got is questions. My question is, you want me to embody serenity, witnessing everything I'm seeing, Priolo? Is that what you're asking me to do?
I'm saying have inner peace.
What you're saying to the class?
I'm saying have inner serenity and inner peace, because the way that we deal with those issues, right? No one is saying that those issues don't exist. No one is saying that we're not seeing genocides. No one's saying that we don't need to call for a ceasefire. No one is saying that the world is free and happy-go-lucky and we're not spiritually bypassing, to use something that we've been circling around all week. What we are saying is it all starts with you, right? So what are you choosing to embody? Are you choosing to embody the turmoil, the trauma, the bombing, the violence? Are you taking all of that in and letting it stay there and letting it sit there and letting it stop you, right? Are you letting grief stop you? It's not to say don't feel grief, but if you embody grief, are you really helping to heal yourself or heal the world? That's my question. Ciao. Listen, this is why we came back together. We'll be here on Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern. Do we want to get into root chakra, or would we like to leave that to Poppy?
No, we're going to get into it really quickly, and we're going to make it on time into his programming. I was assigning him oatmeal responsibilities until I realized that he's going on stage on TikTok. So y'all be sure to join the House of Mommy Water and Waiting to Exhale. Peer support, mental health support, spiritual support. How many times can I say support? Lots of support happening over in House of Mommy Water. And so just go and check him out on TikTok. We'll be in the room also to love on that guy. For those of you who come to our programs and have been here for a while, you know that we use the 52 weeks of conscious contact for our emotional support. And also we use the chakra system as a way of anchoring us throughout the week in our loved and lovable nature. And so I'm just going to read a few questions to ask yourself today to anchor and root yourself in what is real. Do I feel secure and safe in my daily life? Do I feel grounded and connected to the earth? How do I take care of my physical body? Do I trust myself and others?
Do you trust yourself? There's a reason that yourself is first. I'm just saying, keep going.
No. Do I trust myself and others? I'm going to answer that before pivoting you into promo. I'm going to just say that it's been an honor to be on this journey with you, Tara, and also Love and Action Network and all of our subsidiaries and partners and affiliates globally. That's an adverb. And it's been a thrill to trust myself as I trust you all, and then have you trust me more as I trust you all. And so thank you for allowing me to be your adventurous leader. And thank you for partnering with me at Love and Action Network, because as we partner in this loved and lovable work, we're also learning how to trust ourselves and one another and our fractals. So that's my answer, and then I'll pivot for you to land the plane.
Yes, let us move into promo. So lovedandlovable.org if you want to go deeper with us, if you want to watch and see how we are healing both ourselves and each other within the network. Make sure you're following our practitioners. So that is at Andre in the Flow, at Tara Priolo Studio, and at Poppy Wata 33. That will give you all the juice that you need to get in the know with where we are. As we said, Poppy Wata is literally going to go live very soon over on TikTok. So if you're not following on TikTok, go over there. Waiting to Exhale is a brilliant program to help you move into your spirituality. And there's breath work and affirmations, and it's a beautiful space. It really is. And then Monday through Sunday, child, we are here with the Daily Boost. At some time, you can find those times over in Halo, but just also make sure you have your notifications on, or dive deeper with us in the Telegram chats or the Love and Action broadcast channel here on Instagram. So those are the places you can find us: lovedandlovable.org, lovedandlovable.org, lovedandlovable.org. I'll close this out by saying, continue to be anti-racist, be safe, wear a mask, make good trouble, do good work. I love y'all hardcore. You are loved and lovable, and ain't nobody can change it. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.